Hey, Steve Zucker, welcome back to Poke Sue channel and the Guitar Ladder System. Hey, I'm showing an LH280. These are really nice guitars. The layers of laminate wood are a little bit thicker than like a lot of the other 175 guitars I've seen, including Gibson. A little bit thicker layers gives it more tone, I believe, and also it's got some mahogany sandwiched in between them, which gives it even more tone. Like some of the best 175s are the ones from the late 80s, like 88, 89, 90, as well as the early 90s, 90, 91. They have mahogany back. But the mahogany, this has got a maple back. This one's got a lot of little bird's eyes, little mini things. It looks really cool. But with the sandwich, the mahogany sandwiched in between the maple on the top and the back gives it extra tone. This is an undervalued guitar, as you know, most of the arch tops from the Lure are. It really sounds good. I used to jam with my daughter on an LH280, and then I've had sold them to people in bands and stuff, and everybody loves them. This one plays fine too. I actually just had somebody call me about this. It plays fine. Now I'm just using the solid state amp. I haven't played this guitar for a while. But at $4.99, you know, even if you wanted to get it set up, which is a total personal thing, I've never set up any of my lower arch tops. I own a lot of them. I usually just take these 12s off and put on a set of 11s, which gives it just a slightly lower action. It's fine for me. But everybody's different. But, you know, $4.99, this is a lot of guitar, and I've never had any problems with frets or anything. This one plays fine. And I really like the sound of these guitars. But I haven't plugged this one in for a while. So here, let's do a lick, by the way, here, off the diminished scale. Let's do an old Charlie Parker riff, which it's a really cool riff. Do it up here. Very intervallic, right? So that's off the half step, whole step scale. And it's a very intervallic. Now, Baroli Legren kind of does it like this. Like that. But yeah, it's a great... Do it slow. Here's my A. I may not be right at concert pitch. Here's my A. But the lick... It's off the half step, whole step scale, which is a 4-2-1, 4-3-1. Okay, but you get this. But again, my point is, at $4.99 for a great 175 guitar, even if you had to spend or wanted to spend $60 to set it up, you're still way ahead of the game. But like I said, all I usually do with my lower arch tops is take off the 12s and put on 11s, and I'm usually good to go. And as you play the guitar, they kind of work into itself a little bit, you know. But like I said, the value is huge on these. You can buy a Gibson for $4 or $5 grand, and oftentimes they need a little bit of setup. Setup is not a bad thing. You have to kind of be, you have to kind of perceive the value of an instrument, you know. But anyway, this guitar, like I think I would just take off the 12s and put on 11s. Anyway, here's the lick again. Let me get this string up a little bit. Like I said, I barely have any volume on my amp at all on this here. Here, let me maybe just put it up a tad. I'm trying to be a good neighbor, you know. But and this is a solid state amp. But yeah, these LH280s, they have way more tone than like an Epiphone Joe Pass, way more tone than an Epiphone Broadway, way more tone than any reasonably priced Eastman. These are really nice guitars. I used to have a 62 175. I'm an expert at arch tops. I've owned a ton of arch tops. I've owned a ton of 175 style arch tops. This 280 is a sleeper, man, I'll tell you. Anyway, here's the lick again. So again, it's off the half step, whole step scale. If I start from here in the 10th fret, you have to come up a half step when you go to the last two strings. But it's that great intervallic lick. It helps if you hum this. But yeah, it's a bit of a finger effort, you know, but beautiful lick, old Charlie Parker riff. If you really want to hear me take one of these through the paces, check out Jam, put in LH280 Jam 4. There might be more than one Jam 4, but there's one where I'm doing a lot of kind of jazzy stuff, and it really came out good. I'm really proud of it. But yeah, these are really nice guitars. They even have a little bit of an L5-y sound. I think it's from the thicker layers of a laminate. The weather's been changing a lot lately, which affects guitars. Yeah, I've had a lot of students buy the 280s and they just love them and they just keep sounding better. Even a laminate guitar does come into its own, you know, as it's played, gets a little bit drier and just sounds better and better. Anyway, that lick again. Anyway, the lick again. This has got half and halves on it right now. I kind of like just putting on regular 11s on a guitar like this. That you get a more mid-range and more highs. You still get a great jazz sound. You can roll a little tone off to get more jazz sound. But I like a guitar like this with 11s. But you can hear the tone. It's just beautiful. So this exact one is for sale. It's got a bunch of kind of little mini bird's eyes on the back, those little dots there. You can see those. And it's a beautiful guitar. This is a lot of guitar for the money. It's always hard to explain why a certain guitar sounds better than another guitar, but to me the magic is in the mids and the mid bass. Most archtops sound very compressed and they're very, very weak in the mid bass. They may have some, and they're usually kind of weak in the mid-range too. They're kind of scooped sounding, you know, kind of like some amps are made where they get rid of the mid-range, which is terrible. But the lower archtops, even the 280 here has just a really beautiful mid bass. It's got great treble and bass and everything, but the magic for a jazz guitar is in the mid bass and that mid-range tone. A lot of guitars just sound really compressed, or as Pat Metheny would say, sound kind of tubby. But that's just a beautiful. It almost sounds like a really nice high-end guitar, like a Johnny Smith or an L5 CES. These are great guitars, and this exact one's available. It's $4.99. That's already with the 25% discount. Does not come with a case. The cases are $99. I have a gig bag I can do for less if you want a gig bag. I also have a Lohr archtop featherweight case, which is a high-density foam I could do for less than $99, and it's really nice. It's got lore stitched on the side and fancy kind of silver lettering. It's really nice. I got that with another guitar years ago, or not years ago, but maybe 6-7 months ago. It's brand new. I could give somebody a deal on that, and this would fit. I'm pretty sure it would fit in there. I have to double check though. Here I'm just doing that bi-chord, which is a minor 7 and a major 9 together. Bi-chord to major 13 flat 5, bi-chord, major 13. See, that's real lush. This is actually shaking the room because this guitar has so much tone and resonance. And again, I'm using a solid state old amp. I paid a couple $100. All right, folks, take care. Let's stay positive. All right, ciao.